eyes all went to dick. Did you notice that? Where the dick at?
Now we're gonna have people messed up looking at their charts going, what kind of dick do I like?
Everything I find isn't necessarily the most ridiculous thing, but I want opinions on some of the things that are put out in what I call like the astrological Twitter sphere as things get shorter. And I think I saw somebody here, I think, posted something regarding, where we're going technologically and what we're able to find out, and about them shortening our attention spans or something.
America.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Yeah, it was me.
Obviously, you can compose multiple tweets if you want, but just the fact that things are shorter now and people are accepting things shorter. The thing about music being shorter, is that what you posted, Erica? Yeah, like if there's like a 4 minute 13 second song, to some people that's too long. That's interesting, because to me, if you like music and that particular song, it doesn't fucking matter. So it's important to me when I just randomly come across stuff and wonder, since people can espouse something in a certain amount of characters and don't necessarily have to go deeper in it, how do we tell people what to look out for when you're trying to validate whether or not something is astrologically sound? There's good examples of this, bad examples of this, etc. But I think it's important for people to know, like, and I probably was guilty of this years ago too, if I saw something and it just happened to resonate with me, maybe not for the reason that the person is saying, that's, just the experience is resonant, people will take that and run with it without the knowledge. So, being as though I trust you ladies' astrological affinity, I wanted to see what you thought about this. It says, the house where your Mars is located will show which area of life exposed and taught you combat. It will show you where your most important battles took place. Thoughts?
The combat part, showing you how you fight, depending on what house it is, the area of life where you're fighting, or what you're saying is already true, that it's lacking context. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's where your most important battles took place.
Right.
Mars and Pisces. So you're saying my most important battles took place in my sleep, because that's where I love to use my Mars at. And a lot of people don't know that Mars is also a hard dick. So I wouldn't necessarily
where my mind went.
If you want to call that a battle, then I was Thor and Ragnarok. You know what I'm saying? I was a big thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Oh my God.
You say you have Mars and Pisces?
Yes.
You was sleeping on a dick?
Really, I'll tell you,
get
like
dick
this.
in the dream realm.
I love getting dick in my sleep. So
do you like
people
falling
and I want to
asleep?
wake up like, what are you doing?
Do you want to fall asleep with dick in you too? Would that translate
all of that
way too?
I like to
I
feel
see
it.
I see it.
It's like, put your ass to sleep.
Yeah, I see it. I got it.
Damn. So I got Mars in Aquarius. Am I too detached from the dick?
Have you had dick in strange places?
I don't even care about
She'd be like, we are outside. You'd be like, yeah.
Oh God, please roast my Mars and Virgo.
It's got to be clean dick. We know
Yeah,
that.
dude. Oh my God. If it look
dick
weird, I can't. If it looked like it could even have something wrong with it.
Is that lit, sir?
Wait, and then you're a Libra rising on top of that. So do you want him to be like, you want him to manscape?
Yeah, I like it when it's like you can have hair and stuff. I just like be neat. Smell good, clean.
Be circumcised.
Make me want to be there.
Nice.
Because nobody, as much work as I want to put in, because my Venus trines this as well. My Venus and Taurus is trining it. I want to enjoy like the tactile and the smelling in it. It gotta be right.
Yeah, I can
so that can happen. See? Little sexuality up in here.
Post just completely just jumped over the fact that we would take Mars as talking about some wood.
Yeah, pretty much.
Talking about sex.
Yeah, we definitely went another way with it, another angle.
Indeed.
Angles.
I mean, if they could consider that a battle, because it certainly is. It's a lot of friction going on. You know what I mean? And it's important. I got 4 kids, so if we want to take it down there, we could say that it caused, one of the most important battles. But people would look at this situation and just relate it to a Mars thing as being having to do with battles, but battles is subjective. What kind of battles are we talking about here? Are we talking about emotional battles, psychological battles, family battles, friendship battles, personal image and relations with other people battles? So someone could take just looking at that and not realizing, because this is one of the things that I find with these short clips. They forget to look at the whole wheel. These things kind of make you forget. You just go directly to the Mars. You're looking at where you're at. And you're like, this is my important battles, with Saturn in your 12th house, just sitting there going, what am I fucking chopped live up?
Right. But who is he talking to? Who is his neighbor? Who lives in the neighborhood? Like, you have to figure that shit out. Like, does he like who his neighbors is? Like, that's how I look at a lot of planets. That's how my Mercury and Pisces break shit down. Right. Planets like people. If you know the characteristics of the planets, you can literally look at them like they're people. Like, Pluto don't fuck with the sun like that. Like, he cool. But like you can ride shotgun, but you ain't finna be. Don't touch my music.
I like that
type of relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like Venus and Mars don't really go together either. But like we can have a good time for now. That type of thing.
Could be having a Mars at a very good. It's aspected well.
Right.
Mars hasn't really done anything terrible to them. They have used it or wielded it properly or whatever else their chart has designed for their life to be. That Mars wasn't exactly the most prominent thing that caused issues in their life, right? Or indicated issues in their life, where their biggest battle could be dealing with moon squares, and they got issues with their mother. That this kind of overlooks the fact that not everyone's Mars, just like not everyone's Saturn, just like not everyone's Uranus is terrible for them in their chart. It works very well for them. It's their makeup with it. They're able to use it properly. And such benefit planets like Jupiter cause them hell. I have
Can we talk about that? We don't talk about that shit enough.
People have these. So you're saying people have these limited perceptions, like, oh, Jupiter means I'm gonna win the lottery. No, Jupiter means like you can just go overboard and like jump off of a fucking building.
Energy is accentuated and exaggerated, and yes, exactly.
I'm still caught up in these different categorizations of dick, though. That was real interesting.
I got Mars and I like fantasy dick.
Transparent moment here. I have Mars, Aquarius, and Uranus and Libra. So I got a Mars, Uranus trine. Like, Mars and Aquarius. Like, Aquarius is the group, group sex. I like observing groups of people, not for myself, not participating, but I like observing groups of people having sex, and people are so. First of all, Aquarius is experimental shit. So Mars and Aquarius is like Cancers, have Aquarius in the 8th house. So Cancer risers have Aquarius in the 8th house, right?
Strange shit.
Strange sex, right?
Yeah,
the weirder the better.
It could also be on the verge of very experimental as far as on the boundaries of abuse, with that Uranus. That's the other thing. People don't realize that the Mars, even though we're talking about it with dick and sex and things that matter, are things that happen to you with that aspect as well. So another candid moment with Mars being in Pisces. The very thing that I like about sex is also the very thing that caused me trauma, you know, where it was happening and I was unawares and woke up like, what the fuck, you know, or while I was drunk or high, which is why I no longer get intoxicated around people I don't trust, and things of that matter. This also squares my Uranus though. So that's where I would experience different, strange, shocking experiences having to do with Mars.
Gotcha.
And just to go back to what you're showing here with this particular post, none of that is indicated into this. And I think that's, you know, I hope that's what we're hopefully conveying to the listening audience here, is that it's deeper than rap. If you're going to look at this and you take the delineation that Mars is battle and combat, which is true, those are the delineating words for Mars, doesn't necessarily mean that it is the most important or that it has exposed where you experience those battles, because there are aspects, the house planet.
And what about where your Aries energy is? I experienced that. Aries on my 7th house cusp, violence in my relationships.
Right.
You know, so like there's this is why I want people to be astrologically fit, so to speak. And I think that your perspectives on these really help to bring that through. What is needed to be able to even unpack this, like, so that you know what to look for, what to study. I think a lot of people are overwhelmed, honestly. Those who want to earnestly, like, actually want to learn, you know, may feel overwhelmed because there's so much out there. Like, so
these memes are incomplete. That's what it is. It's like, and you can't like teach an astrology class in a caption. You can't really like have the meme chock full of every bit of information, a keyword, or about the planets or the signs. So I see why if you're talking about Mars, you just get right to the point and talk about conflict, or you're talking about Pluto, you just get right to the point and talk about control. You keep it simple because these memes are short. You know? But the problem is, well, I'm agreeing with you guys that you have people who are really getting their feet wet and wanting to study and learn more, and they're taking these at face value and they're just running with it, thinking that they understand Mars. And like Marie said, no, you're just looking at conflict. You're not looking at phallus. Like, there's just layers of this stuff, like, that you're not paying attention to. So
our minds all went to dick. Did you notice that?
Because we know. It's also drive, people. It's drive. It drives us to the dick.
That's hilarious.
Where the dick at? That's basically what we're saying.
Now we're going to have people messed up looking at their charts going, what kind of dick do I like?
I think that is an entire discussion that needs to be had where there's audience participation. That sounds like a laugh to me.
Right, because I can see some men going, wait a minute, I don't like no dick now. What
kind of dick do you have?
Right, what kind do you give?
Well, I mean, it shows what kind of dick you have. Like, men who have Mars, Jupiter aspects in their charts never have small dicks.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
now we're looking for Mars and Jupiter aspected charts. Thank you, Ty.
Dropping astrological jewels. Yes, sextrology up in this motherfucker tonight. I love it.
He's like, he has Mars square Jupiter. I'll stick around for a couple months to see what this
is. I ain't never gonna find another chart like this.
Oh my god. Oh,
it's fucking
Mars is square Jupiter right now. That's why we're gonna have this discussion.
Right.
Damn. Okay, so there is dick on the brain right now. Like,
should we? Compelled to. You know, what I would like to see with these people who do these type of memes, which is what I try to make sure, even when I'm making my own memes, is that I'm also teaching astrology as well. So either I will expound upon it in my captions, or I will do videos constantly and consistently informing people that they must look at their own charts, that they must not take just this section at complete face value because it's different. So, you know, I'll get inboxes from people, and I'll, you know, if I'm in the mood, I will expound upon and give them more to what that actually means. I find that in situations, especially on Twitter, unless they have something else where they're giving at least some kind of dissertation or essay about what is involved in astrology, then these are what we have called before cheap applauses. You know, they take one thing and they make a post, and they know it's going to go. They know it's going to be shared a lot. And they're not even required to expand on their astrological knowledge concerning what they've put out. You know, there's no other place to find their videos or their blogs, or them at least giving some kind of, hey, make sure you're looking at your own thing and take these into account. They just know these little snippets are hot in the astrological community and now trend. They make them, they go, and there's no responsibility for it afterwards. They just don't care.
You're absolutely right about that. I see it all the time. No one has to take responsibility for what they say, since they can just drop it in however many little amount of characters you're allowed to, and you don't have to stand behind it, which is one of the reasons why when I give my readings, I'm trying to teach you some astrology too. I'm letting you know how I derived the conclusion.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Astrology Roundtable. You can check out more episodes with all of us talking about astrology and how to apply it practically in upcoming videos. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll know when I post a new video. Peace.